Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome. I hope that you find this video entertaining, and if you are not new and you are coming back, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a weight loss fitness journey intro and also a get ready with me. So because I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot of talking in this video, I will be having all of the products that I'm using listed down below in the description box. Although for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and try and multitask and do both. So the first thing that I'm going to do is start doing my brows. I never do my brows on camera, but because I have the extra time today to talk to you guys, I'm going to do them. And the first thing I'm going to do to them is just apply powder. Then I'm going to be filling them in with Dip Brow by Anastasia Beverly Hills, an angled brush, Brow Wiz, Benefit Goof Proof Pencil, brow gel, and then carving them out with concealer. So we're going to be here for like 10 minutes. Where to start? So I'm going to go ahead and jump in it. I didn't really plan anything too specific out about what I wanted to talk about, just because I'm really new to like this different lifestyle that I have approached. It's still very new to me. I've been doing this since April 9th committedly, which would make it less than 2 months. And I'll go ahead and give you guys real quick a background of my weight journey, of my fitness journey, of how I have been physically, and then I'll kind of jump into quickly what I'm doing right now. So growing up, I was always not like extremely big, but I was never like skinny. I was always kind of in the middle. I think the lightest I ever probably weighed as far as being a teenager was around 125 pounds probably, and that was at like 15-16 years old. I always thought that I was just like a big girl, like big boned or thick compared to my friends that were like, you know, 100 pounds, considering the fact that I am 5 feet tall. So 120 on 5 feet, it still looks pretty, you know, thick and whatnot. So I was always a thicker girl, although in high school, when you're younger, you know, for the most part, everybody has a really good metabolism system, and I wouldn't really necessarily eat good, but I kind of maintained my weight. Fast forward to when I got married with Grwm, I weighed around that time 100. I believe I weighed myself when I was going to the gym at that time with my friend. I was 18 years old. I weighed 135. The reason why I'm giving you guys backstory information is because I feel like it's important when it comes down to someone's fitness journey, because I mean, I was never like really skinny. I'm not like a fitness journey that is like from being naturally skinny to trying to gain muscle, or from being, you know, really large to, you know what I mean? Like, I've always kind of been in the middle, so I feel like that might be relatable or helpful to you, and I think it's just good to know. And I think it's good to know because everybody's body is really different, and with watching videos on the internet, sometimes you hear something and you're like, that's gotta work for me. And although it could be helpful and it could work for you, it could also not work for you, and I'll get into that right now. So fast forward to when I got married. I was 18 years old. I was probably around 36 pounds, which is actually what I weigh right now, which is crazy. But I kind of maintained that weight for a while. I wasn't really working out too much, nor was I eating like crazy good, nor crazy bad. I did have a job that required me to be on my feet the entire day, so I think that helped me out a lot. And I kind of like maintained my weight for that time. And then I moved to Houston, Texas, and in Houston I put on, I put on a lot of weight in Houston. I probably put on like 20 pounds. So I went from like a good 130 to like 160, probably, I would say like 160. I could have even been heavier. I'll try and find a photo of me when I was in Texas. It just, honestly, the weight just like completely added on in Texas. I was not watching what I was eating. On the contrary, I was eating really bad. I was eating fast food probably 3 times a day. I was working a lot. I had different jobs. I was trying to get stable in Houston. So I think that contributed to the fact that I had so much weight gain. And I'm just eating really poorly and not working out, not taking care of my body. I was probably drinking soda 3 times a day, which is so terrible, but that's what it was. And I put on 20 pounds within the span of like the 6 months I was there, which is a pretty fast rate to put on 20 pounds, you know? It's half a year. So I moved back to San Diego and I decided that I wanted to lose that weight, and I started to track my calories on MyFitnessPal, and I was probably around 1,500 calories, and I was going to the gym maybe like 3 times, max 4 times a week, and maybe less, 2 times. I wasn't consistent. I didn't have a plan, but I was making changes to my lifestyle. I was drinking more water. I was eating more at home. And I did lose the weight within like 2 years. I lost those 20 pounds. So I lost those 20 pounds at a very, very slow but okay rate. Like, I didn't change my lifestyle too much. I would still eat out. I would still kind of do the things I wanted to do. I wouldn't work out too much. My training level wasn't like too intense or anything like that. I didn't put on like a crazy amount of muscle, although I was doing mainly leg work when I was doing aside from cardio. When I was doing weight training, I was usually doing leg work, so I think that's why my legs usually, they got pretty strong around that time. That's why I feel like now they're even way stronger than my arms. So I slowly lost the 20 pounds from 2012 to like 2014, 15. I maintained my weight, and in San Diego I think I was doing like okay. I wasn't losing a lot of weight, but I was maintaining my weight. Then I moved to Houston, no, not Houston, my bad. Then I moved to LA, and I don't know why I thought that in LA I was going to lose more weight. And I will say I would work out more in LA at a point. At a point when I was living in LA, for the year that I lived there, me and Grwm would hit the gym kind of regularly, like at least 2 times a week. But I think I was eating worse in LA than San Diego. We were eating out still a lot. We would eat sometimes from home. I would try and make smarter decisions when I would eat out, but I was still eating out a lot. So a lot of this is mainly my nutrition, because I was active. I was never completely like, you know, just at home not doing anything. I was always usually getting some type of workout throughout the day, moving my body at least a little bit. Although when I did start completely beauty blogging 24/7, I think that kind of, if you don't do any, like, if you work at a desk office or anything similar where you're just kind of sitting down and not doing much, I feel like you have to go out of your way to get some type of workout in that day, whether it be literally going to the gym or going to take a walk, you know what I mean? So fast forward to now, when I was in LA, I started to get more serious about what I wanted from my body, as far as like my goals in my physique and my goals in my fitness. And I was really trying, in my opinion, to get there, but I think that I was playing myself by trying to out-train a bad diet, which is something that you'll kind of hear, and it's very, very true. I was training, but I was still on a pretty bad diet, and what I mean by that is I wasn't really taking care of what I was eating, and it was a little frustrating because I would train. I even got a trainer for a while, probably like 2 months, which didn't end up working out for me because he was a little bit farther than I was. I was still kind of like barely in the process of moving to LA, so that didn't work out for me. And I even like went on diet pills for a week, and they did work, but I noticed that they completely change your mood, and it was almost like you were just starving yourself, which I wouldn't recommend unless you're like fasting for a day or whatever. But I did that for a week. I didn't really like it. I didn't like the way it made my body feel. So I stopped, and during that time I weighed myself when I went to go buy those dietary pills or diet pills, and I was 151 pounds in November. I don't remember what day it was in November, but it was in November. So I was 151 in November. I think before that I was like 148 or something. Like I weighed myself in the middle of the day, and I think I had weighed myself a little bit beforehand, and I was like 148. Like 150 pounds in November. Currently now I am at 136 pounds. So in November I was 151 pounds. I weighed in this morning at 136, which is really cool. I mean, I try to not get too into the scales, but it's it's nice to know that, you know, you're getting progress. You could see the progress in the mirror when you compare old photos, but you know, sometimes the scale is gratifying when you're kind of like me and you're not necessarily trying to lose a little bit of weight. Like, you're not already a skinny person, you still have a lot of weight to lose. It's kind of cool to see the scale go down, so that was really motivating. Although I will say, the past 2 days of my birthday, I went out and I drank, which I said I wasn't going to do, but it was my birthday and I really wanted to make memories, fun, wild memories with my sister. And I did gain a pound. I was 139 yesterday morning, and before that I was 138. So I don't know if everything's just coming out of my system. I have been having a really clean diet, and I did work out both of the days that I went out. I worked out in the morning, even though I felt like poop, I still worked out in the morning. So I think that helped me out a lot, and I still kept my macros like, I didn't go over my macros. I kept them in check. There we go. I kept them in check regardless of the fact that I was drinking. So it is what it is. So now I am going to get into the now and what I've been doing now and try and be as informative as possible. I am so sorry if it's not that informative. I promise I'm going to be doing more videos as time goes by. So I got committed on April 9th. That was my starting date. That's when I started tracking my food into my LifeSum app, which I'll go ahead and list the app that I use to count my macros and count my calories down below. I went into a calorie deficit, which means you are intaking less calories than you're putting out. So you're putting out more calories throughout your day than the ones that you're taking in. So I went into a calorie deficit, which if you Google it, you will find information on how you could get your calorie deficit number and whatnot. I started following that calorie deficit on my on my LifeSum, and I made that change. I started out still by eating out a lot because I wasn't a cook, and although I was training, I was still kind of eating out for the first week that I started, you know, this journey. And I still think that I did pretty good because I was very, very picky with what I would eat when I would go out. And I was very, very cautious. I like dropped the soda, did all of that, adjusted my macros. In case you're curious, my macros right now are 50% protein, 30% carbs, and 20% fat. The reason why is the type of body type that I am. I've learned that I am very sensitive to carbs. So that is why I have that. And I don't know where to start, whether it be nutrition or working out. I got a gym pass with Ruben at Planet Fitness, and I told him it was really helpful having him go with me to the gym every single day. It's very, very helpful. We're not like gym buddies necessarily, because when we get there, he goes and he does this thing and I do my thing. But in the beginning, when we were going to Planet Fitness, he would follow me around and he would actually do what I would do for the most part, which was like kind of interesting because he actually found my workouts hard, which is hilarious because I don't think he expected that from me. But that was really helpful, and I kind of just told him, like, you know what, I need to like get my shit together. I don't have an excuse to like not reach my goals and to not put in the work and to not do this. I have literally zero excuses. Like, I gotta get my shit together. I gotta do this. And I told him, because he was telling me to how he kind of wanted to get a little bit, he had gained weight too, and now he wanted to get like in better shape. I told him we could go every morning, get it out the way, come home and do what we gotta do. And he's like, okay, you're right. So we just started going every single morning. We started going probably around 7 to 8 a.m. Now we have like almost a specific time. We try and be out the house by 6:30 in the morning. So we'll wake up around 5:30, sometimes even earlier. But at that time, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. We would go to the gym, come home, and try and eat pretty good throughout the day. I was tracking my calories. And then after the first week, I told him, you know what? If we're going to do this, we got to do this like the correct way. We've got to change our nutrition, which is something that I cannot say enough as far as weight loss goes. That is the thing that has changed the most for me. That is what has made all the difference for me. I could train, but if I'm not eating right, I will not lose weight, I will not make progress, I will not be where I want to be if I don't eat right. And not only that, but yeah, my body feels so much better after changing the way I eat. Right now I'm going to be priming my face using Farsali. Let's do the pretty beauty shots. So how did I go about that? I told myself that I was going to have to learn how to cook. Not necessarily learn, but practice cooking and like it and get into it and learn recipes and learn how to bake chicken and learn how to do all of that, because I was never a cook. As you guys heard in my story, I almost ate out. After getting married, I pretty much ate out almost all the time. When I was living in San Diego with my parents, my mom would cook, and even then sometimes I would still like to go out and eat. Going out to eat was and kind of is still one of my favorite things to do as far as socially. I just love going out. I love sitting down somewhere. I love ordering the food. The whole social environment of eating out is something that I genuinely enjoy. So I think that is something that would always keep me off track, but it's not worth the goals that I want to achieve. The reason why I made that big change and I decided to go to the grocery store, start off really simple with chicken, broccoli, rice. The reason why I did that, even though I do love going out to eat, was because I got to a point, you guys, where I was like, I have to do this. I just got tired. I got tired of making excuses for myself. I got tired of settling. I got tired of not seeing the progress that I wanted to while I thought that I was putting in the work. I got tired of having excuses for my poor diet and my, like, you could say mediocre training, because I kind of did the same thing training wise for like, I don't know, probably like 3 years. You know, I would just do cardio, do a little bit of weight training, not really planning anything at the gym, just kind of going in there like, all right, well, I'm here, let's do this. And I decided to like completely change that. And what made a really big difference for me was definitely cooking from my home, because you know exactly what you're putting into your food, and counting my macros. Although counting calories is good, and I did that in San Diego and I did that a little bit in LA, and I think it could be very helpful. I think that my game changer was my macros and knowing exactly what I'm putting into my body, because I mean, you could be eating like 1500 calories a day. In my opinion, I feel kind of like, this is me, I could be eating 1500 calories a day or 1200 calories a day, but if it's all like bread and carbs and there's no like whole foods, there's no like good proteins in there, I feel like I'm not gonna get the results that I have been wanting to get, or get the results that I'm getting now. Because I'm, to be quite honest with you guys, I'm pretty happy with the way that I'm getting results. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about kind of what I cook, what I eat. So I just try and intake a lot of protein. So I do eat a lot of chicken, salmon. I try and have quinoa, rather than just full brown rice or a blend. I try and have fruits and veggies. I will say though that cutting back on my fruits did help me a lot, because in the beginning I was eating probably like 3 to 4 fruits a day, and now I probably eat like 1 to 2, and I feel like that helped me out a lot. As far as like sugar goes, I think cutting back on sugar helped me out a lot too. Also considering the fact that I did have like almost, I would say, a sugar addiction before I started doing this. I feel like now it's really leveled and good, but I was pretty addicted to sugar. So when I made this transition, it was kind of really difficult for me to get over that. So I would eat a lot of fruit, which isn't necessarily bad, but now that I've cut back, I feel like I see a little bit of better results with weight loss wise. And in the gym, I did get a trainer. I don't train with him every single day. I see him 1 day out of the week for 30 minutes. And it's helpful because he'll teach me new things to do in the gym, which I think is really important. At least for me, that made a big difference. Changing up my routine at the gym has made a really big difference for me, because I feel like I could continue constantly challenging my body, if that makes sense. and it makes it funner, it makes it more enjoyable, it makes you want to stay there longer for me when I do different things. So whether maybe that be next time, instead of going to the gym, I go on a hike or something like that. As far as cardio wise, I feel like that has made a really big difference for me, learning different things at the gym. I kind of used to always do cardio and walking lunges with no weights, or I would do the stairs in San Diego. And although I'm proud that I did all of that because I feel like it kept me fit, because I am the type of person that literally if I eat a donut, like I will gain like 2 pounds. Like I have to be extremely careful with what I eat, and I think the reason I maintained my weight was because of me working out. So I'm not like upset about that or anything, but the way that I'm going now, I feel like I'm seeing much more better results. And like I am saying, track your macros. That would be one of my tips for you guys. Track your macros. Try and figure out what correct macros are for you. I personally, like, I don't really know, like, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm, you know, not a certified trainer or anything like that. I am far from that. I'm barely getting myself together. So I would say try and do your research online. The way that I found mine was by doing a lot of YouTube searching, a lot of Googling. I go on Pinterest to find recipes. If I'm getting really sick and tired of what I'm eating, I'll watch videos on YouTube, what I eat in a day, whether it be clean eating or just making sure that it fits in your macros. I try and go to places, like for example, I like Trader Joe's. I feel like they have a lot of good frozen foods that are really easy to cook and like nutritious at the same time. Like the zucchini fries from Trader Joe's are so good. They also have like these turkey patties and chicken patties are just, they're so good. I will say I did cut out a lot of starchy carbs. I still have them. I just have them in moderation. I don't have too much of them. As far as like cheat meals or anything like that, I haven't really had a full-on cheat meal. And the reason being is because I was preparing myself to go to Cabo San Lucas with Grwm. And I'm trying to look good in them pics, and I'm trying to look good in my bathing suit. So I also had my birthday coming up, and I knew I was gonna go out and go to a pool party. So I didn't really have a full-on cheat meal. I did have Shake Shack like maybe 2 weeks ago. It was bomb. I had just hamburger by itself, no fries or no Coke or anything like that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with cheat meals. What I have done is cheat treats. So I'll have like 1 or 2 cheat treats a day, not a day, a week. So I'll have like 2 chocolate chip cookies or, you know, something like that. But I have found really good alternatives that allow me to still eat something really yummy and something that I genuinely like really like, and I would eat even if I wasn't on this new nutritional like change, which is Halo Top ice cream. Halo Top ice cream is really good. That's something that 1 serving of Halo Top ice cream fits into my macros perfectly for the day. And if I'm craving something sweet, sometimes I find that I'm better off having that than you know, something else. So it's all about finding options as far as nutrition goes. And if you're not used to cooking, I would say get used to it and try it out, because believe me, it will change you a lot. Kind of what I eat in a day. I do this a lot on Snapchat and Twitter, but I'll kind of break it down to you guys. In the morning, I have coffee. I've been trying to mix just a little bit of like a vanilla latte with black coffee. And make sure you read all the nutritional stuff as well, because in the beginning, I was just having my vanilla latte every single day until I finally checked the sugars on it, like in a serving. Also measuring your food, but let me get to that first. And I saw I had 19 grams of sugar in 1/8 fluid ounce serving. So now I'll have like 4 fluid ounce of that. So I've cut it in half, and then I'll just have black coffee, which essentially is like almost nothing, and just basically caffeine in my opinion. And that has been a much better alternative for me. If I know that I want to have something throughout the day that's more sugary, I will just have black coffee, and I will completely skip the latte. But it's all about balance and figuring out what you're trying to eat that day. I would say meal prepping has helped me out so much. Even if I don't do the portions, me and Ruben will do all the protein, we'll do all the veggies, and then we'll do our carbs, like rice or something. And we just put it all together. And because we have that extra time in the day, when it comes down to mealtime, I'll take everything out. And I've been measuring my food, which is really important, because you could be thinking that you're having only 1 serving size, and in reality you're having 2 serving sizes. So if that rice was 120 calories with 24 grams 1 serving, and you're having close to 2 servings, that's double. That's 200 something calories, like 40 grams of carbs. So count your food, measure your food. It's very helpful. Count your macros, count your calories, measure your food. Extremely helpful. I will say try and eat clean as much as you can. So try and stay away from a lot of processed foods. I still have processed foods. I'll still have like beef jerky that's not homemade, and cheese sticks and things that I try and have really like protein snacks, because I do better on a higher protein diet than on a higher carb diet. That's just like what I found has worked best for my body. So I'll wake up in the morning, I'll have coffee, I'll go ahead and work out. And I know that could be really strange for people. I'm gonna go ahead and try out this cute brush here on the YouTube. This is from Beauty Essential Store. I'll go ahead and put them somewhere here, link them down below, but it's just those really cute little mermaid tail brushes. I kind of want to do a little bit more contour today. So I'll go ahead and do my workout. I don't eat before I work out, usually, unless I'm working out around 10 or 11. Then I eat. But if I'm working out at like 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I just have coffee. And that has actually worked really good for me. I feel like I burn like the most fat like that. I feel like that just gives me the best results, and it actually gives me good energy levels as well. Then I come home, I have usually a protein shake. Sometimes I will have a meal. I'll have like egg whites and turkey bacon or chicken sausages, but I usually have a meal more than usually. Almost every single time I'll have a protein shake. My bad. I'll have a protein shake, and I'm currently using GMC Whey-Bolic. In a different video, I'll show you guys more in depth, like my supplements as far as what I'm taking. And I am trying to intake more fiber than anything. As far as carbs go, I make sure fiber is something that I look at. So I add flaxseed in my protein shakes, and I do almond milk. I try and stay away from regular milk for my protein shakes. I just feel like it's unnecessary calories. And I try and just be kind of really careful with my calories throughout the day. I believe I'm currently taking 1,200 to 1,400 calories. I am 5 feet, so that's a good amount for me. That's a pretty chill amount. You know, maybe 1,500 sometimes, but for the most part, like in the 1,300 to 1,200 to 1,400 range. I'm 5 feet though, so don't just go on a 1,200 calorie diet, because that might, most likely, that's not gonna work for you. I'm really short, and I think that has a lot to do with it. So in no way do I feel like I am starving myself. After I have my protein shake, I'll probably have a snack, and then I have a full meal, and then I'll have another snack, then I'll have another full meal. And my meals usually consist of protein, carbs, and I feel like your fats, you just get them naturally. But for sure protein now, I avoid having just completely starchy carbs by themselves. And that's basically it. Now I'm going to kind of tell you guys a little bit about maybe supplements that have helped me. I feel like detox teas have helped me a lot. They help boost my metabolism. What I mean by detox tea, it's not necessarily like those skinny teas you see on Instagram, but anything that will just really get your metabolism going. I get one that's, I believe, Mexican. I'll go ahead and either insert a photo, or down below I'll have a link for you guys. I believe you could get it on Amazon or eBay, and it's just kind of a cleanser. And I do not have it every day, because that will fuck you up. I just try and have mine like 3 times a week, maybe out of 7 days, and that just really helps with my metabolism a lot, because I have a really slow metabolism. And I also try and have a lot of prune juice. Like, I don't mind getting my carbs from prune juice, because I feel like that really helps my metabolism as well. I am currently trying out apple cider vinegar, either in the morning or at night, and I do like it so far. I feel like it helps with the acid in my stomach. Alright, so for my eyes real quick, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids using Catrice Cosmetics primer. And then I will be using any palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. For what I was telling you guys, supplement wise, I have been taking apple cider vinegar. I do think it helps. I will try and drink more green tea rather than coffee throughout the day. I try and just have my coffee in the morning. And there is another tea, I believe it's like a cranberry tea, that I like to drink for bloating issues. And I'll try and list everything down below. I learned most of this from just reading Pinterest, being online, trying to do as much research as I can. You don't even need to like put time aside. If you're driving to work or something, you could listen to a video where, you know, it's informative. They're talking about diets or something that's up your interest. I would highly recommend that. I'll list down below people that I watch and people that tips and whatnot have helped me. So that's kind of where I'm at nutrition wise. I will say I did mention the diet pills earlier, and I do quickly want to mention that those aren't safe and those are not good for long-term success. Like, what are you gonna do, take diet pills for the rest of your life? Like, it's not something I would recommend. So I'm not gonna be listing where I got them. For the record, I do not take them. I took them back in November. I don't take them anymore. I did try them out in the beginning that I was doing this lifestyle change, but because of the fact that now I was tracking what I was eating and I saw how low calories I was eating, I knew it just wasn't gonna work for me, because I feel like it was slowing down my metabolism ridiculously because of the low calories that I was doing. And I was basically like fasting, and it's like, what are you gonna do, fast for the rest of your life? Like, eat 900 calories for the rest of your life, like, and take these pills that have, you know, their little side effects, whether it be a lot of energy or whatever, because it affected my sleep. So I'm not gonna go into detail about that. I took them for 2 days, and I'm just a very honest person. That's why I'm saying this. I took them for 2 days, and if anything, it basically just suppresses your appetite and makes you really thirsty. So you need to eat, like, especially if you're working out, you need to eat. You need to eat a decent amount of calories or food for your body type or for what's correct for you. So I did take those for 2 days. I kind of got freaked out because I mentioned I saw how low calories I was taking. I put them back away. Would I take them again? Probably not. I found that if I do want to do like intermittent fasting or anything like that, I could now just do it by myself. I kind of already do that. I wake up, have coffee, and then I have my shake. Then I have my first meal around 11 or 12, and I find that's just what works really good for me. And yeah, I do think detoxes and whatnot could be helpful when you take them correctly if you have a slow metabolism. Also, probiotics and enzymes, those have been really, really helpful for me. I'm currently taking Bio X4, which is like it's funny, I came across the Bio X4 video on like Facebook, and I think a lot of people find them really scammy and whatnot, but I feel like they've been helping me. They're basically just probiotics and enzymes. You could go to a GNC and find probiotics and enzymes, and what that basically is, it just kind of helps, from what my understanding, it just kind of helps you break down your food more, and it boosts your metabolism, which for me, metabolism is a really, really big thing with weight loss because I naturally have a slow metabolism. Now getting into training, I do about, I would say, 20 minutes of cardio, probably 10 minutes HIIT cardio, and then 10 minutes steady cardio. For my HIIT cardio, I like to do Stairmaster. It's gotten to a point now where I'm kind of used to pushing myself like a lot at the gym. I like it. I kind of like the sensation of it. I don't always do it. I do have 2 rest days out of the week, so I usually work out 5 days a week. This week I did work out the 7 days just because I wanted to like try and do the best I could, because I knew that I was going to be drinking and I knew that I wanted to look good for my vacation. So I did work out 7 days a week, but I usually do have 2 rest days, or at least 1 rest day where I try and still be active throughout my day, whether it be go shopping or go to the movies, go walk around a shopping center, whatever. But I am working out 5 days a week in the mornings, doing around 20 minutes cardio. I do 5-minute warm-up. I stretch, and then I weight train, whether it be just kind of functional training like doing ropes or the TRX sleds, or doing back exercise. I train, I think now, all of my body parts. So I'm training my back, I'm training my biceps, my triceps, my chest, my core, my abs, and my legs, my glutes. I'm doing everything. I split it up. And I don't have yet a specific system that I split it up in, but I do everything at least once a week. I think I train legs 3 times a week. I train legs and glutes around 3 times a week. So, but now I've been doing more upper body, which I've really been enjoying. So that's just kind of what I do. As far as working out wise, I watch a lot of YouTubers and I get a lot of workout ideas from them. It's a lot, so I'll just list them down below. And what I do is in my phone, I write down exercises, and I'll even insert photos of things that I want to do the next day at the gym, so that the next day when I'm there at the gym, I kind of already have a set idea of what I want to do. And that gives me the ability to be more prepared and utilize all the time that I can in my workout. And my trainer, oh, this is so pigmented. When I train with my trainer, he'll teach me new exercises. So he kind of taught me how to do the ropes last time I saw him, which I believe was like yesterday. And I bruised myself trying to flip a tire. You guys can't see, but I bruised my legs really bad trying to flip a tire. And I could tell him like, oh, I want to learn some new leg exercises, and he'll teach me new leg exercises. And yeah, you could look online and whatnot. It's very, very helpful if you don't want to get a personal trainer or anything like that. But it's really helpful to have someone that's certified, that knows what they're doing, help you with your proper form and whatnot. Because I could find like form could be something that a lot of people deal with when you first start going to the gym and whatnot. And I think weight training has helped me a lot. Weight training has helped me so much tone up my body. I will say that in the beginning of this, I was kind of scared of losing my curves, but I think that's something that a lot of curvy women, like if you like your curves, that's something you worry about, losing your curves. But your curves won't go anywhere unless you're just doing straight up cardio and you're not eating the way you're supposed to. Because when I was taking those 2 days that I took those diet pills, I feel like I did lose weight, probably lost a pound a day, but I feel like I just shrunk. Like, I don't know if it was just mentally, and I don't know if maybe I just wasn't eating enough, but it felt like I was just losing muscle mass with fat as well. So stay away from those things, because if you're trying to tone up your body and get lean and still have muscle on you, those things are just, they're not going to work for you. So that's kind of just where I'm at. I do 10-minute HIIT cardio, or 10 warm-up, stretch, warm-up, weight training or circuit training, whatever it is I'm doing that day at the gym. And then I do 10-minute HIIT cardio, and then I'll do 5 minutes steady cardio. Or if I cannot do HIIT cardio that day, I will do like 15-minute just steady cardio. So I try and get in at least 20 minutes of a certain type of cardio. I'm using the Anasazi tape. And I try and always get weight training in. I like to do my weight training before I do my cardio. I just feel like that just works better for me, and my trainer advised me to do that. I haven't even asked him why, but he has. Started April 9th. Currently, I believe I've lost like 12 pounds. 12 pounds? I weighed in April 9th at 148 pounds. 148, I believe it was a 148.8 or 148.4. I'm just gonna. So I've lost 12 pounds so far in a little bit over a month. So I'm currently headed to my 2nd month. And as far as goals and things that I could recommend for you guys is, I would say it's okay to want to change your body and like love yourself. The two things are totally possible. Or sometimes I was kind of like, well, you know, like I'm happy with my body, like I don't want to change it too much, I'm okay. But it's okay to also be honest with yourself if you want to better yourself. I don't feel like that's self-harming or anything like that. And if you don't want to change anything about yourself, that's perfectly fine too. But I knew that I wanted to change my body and just be a little bit more toned, have more muscle on me, be stronger, have more endurance, have more toned up legs and whatnot. Try and get a smaller stomach, which by the way, I think that's basically all diet. And yeah, I will say it's really easy to get caught up on social media and be like, I want a body just like this girl, but we're all different and we all need to embrace and love ourselves for what we are. And now I used to kind of have like a body goal type thing. that I was like, damn, that girl's goals, like I love her body. But now I just kind of like try and I got this from Christine from Gauge Girl Training. I try and just envision like the best version of myself, like the best that I could possibly be, just me, you know what I mean? And I feel like that has helped me a lot too, and I feel like that could be very, very motivating. So that's where I'm at, you guys. I do want to do another video more dedicated with like the supplements or the things that I have been taking and whatnot, and I'll kind of go real quick down what I take. So I take BCAAs, which are amino acids, during my workout. Then I take protein powder after my workouts, and then I'll take probiotics and enzymes blend before a full meal. Probiotics and enzymes, apple cider vinegar either in the morning or at night, and I have some type of detox juice, detox tea, something that will, if you have a slow metabolism, or this is just what I'm taking like 3 times a week, and that is what I find helps me. I'm like I mentioned, 50% protein, 30% carbs, 20% fat, counting my macros, following my macros, counting my calories, staying on a calorie deficit that is healthy for me, something that I am not overeating nor am I undereating. And sometimes intermittent fasting can help. So I'll have a day where I will not eat from a certain time frame window. I'm not too picky on, like I haven't gotten too deep in that, so I don't really want to talk about it much because I don't want to give you guys wrong information. But I will say this, literally everything that I've gotten so far, like with knowledge and stuff done, has mainly been from YouTube and Googling. Yeah, having a personal trainer that I see once a week for 30 minutes is helpful because I do learn new workouts and I could ask them questions about what to eat and things like that. But if you don't have a personal trainer, you could still do so much, if not more, with just doing research and really actually trying to like commit to it. Now I'm going to apply some lashes, guys. I'm going to be applying Noelle from Shop With a Beauty. So literally just that, like actually really committing to something. I say this in the least condescending way, and I say this literally from me because I think I could speak that was pretty much me. No skinny tea, no protein shake, no pill or whatever is going to give you the results that just literally eating good and training hard, or training at least, will give you. Training and eating a good diet or a well-balanced diet is the best thing you could do. You don't need to necessarily eat clean all the time and eat completely unprocessed foods or whatever. I find that I could eat some processed foods and it still works for me, but eating a well-balanced diet, knowing what you're putting in your body, that is very helpful. And literally just training, working out. You cannot out-cheat that. You can't out-cheat that, because that was me. I tried taking diet pills. I would take detoxes, but I wouldn't put in the work. I wouldn't do the rest of the nutrition, or even if I did work out, I wasn't eating correctly. Or I would take protein and think that just with taking one meal replacement protein shake, yeah, you'll probably lose weight at a very slow rate, like I did for 2 years. And if you want to do that, that's awesome. I don't regret doing it at all because I did get progress. But I feel like what I'm doing now has given me the best results yet. So what I consider my diet maintainable, yeah, because I still get to treat myself. So for example, I had Shake Shack like 2 weeks ago. I still had a cheat meal that keeps me just kind of happy and like, I guess, not missing those foods too much. I'll have cheat treats within the week, and I find foods that I genuinely really like that are healthy. So for example, I'm a big fan now of having like corn tacos. So I'll have like two corn tortillas, mini corn tortillas with chicken or fish, lettuce, hot sauce. Like that's something that I like. So I would say try and find good and okay foods that fit in your macros, that don't have too much of whatever, and that you genuinely like, and that will really help you stay on track. Do as much research as you can, put in as much effort as you can, And always remember your goal. When you start to get unmotivated, think about your goal. So like for me, when I started to get unmotivated, this might sound superficial, but hey, I'm gonna be honest. I would start to think, you did not spend this much amount of money on this clothes or on this bikini so that you're not even gonna wear it comfortably. Like I would literally think that. Or I would think like, you've already lost 1 pound, you could lose another pound. You know what I mean? Like things like that. You literally sometimes have to pep talk yourself in your head to keep going and stay strong. And going out to eat, I'll give you guys advice on that because I still go out to eat, especially like on the weekends. Me and Grwm will try and have like 1 meal on Friday, 1 meal Saturday, and 1 meal Sunday. Out the weekend, he will have kind of like a refeed day and days, and he will kind of like eat a lot looser than I can, just because, well, his metabolism and the way that he is, right? But I still try and make healthy choices when I eat out. I haven't, even when I eat out, I still make healthy choice. I haven't really had a big cheat meal. Like at In-N-Out, I get protein style hamburger with probably no In-N-Out sauce. At Chipotle, I'll get a salad, which is chicken. I don't get sour cream, I don't get cheese, I don't get none of that. I'll just get chicken with the salad and a little bit of sauce, maybe sometimes guac. Just kind of things like that. If I go to like if I go somewhere where it's very, I like to go to places now that are very customizable. Like there's this place here in Vegas called Skinny Fats that I absolutely love because they have a lot of like protein filled and a lot of good options. So I'll get like this protein waffle that they have there that probably has a ton of carbs, but it has also 21 grams of protein. So it'll fit in my macros, and I try and have these meals during good times in the day. So I avoid to have, if I am eating out, I avoid to have it at night. And if I have to eat out at night, I'll try and have something that is still like nutritious and make sure it fits in my macros. I always like to plan ahead of if I'm gonna eat out. If I know I'm gonna be out with family and whatnot, I try to eat very clean and very good throughout the day so that when that meal comes along, it will fit in my macros. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit confusing. For my blush, I did want to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I do have this new blush from MAC, and it is called Sugar or Syrup, and it is from their collection. I don't want to butcher the name, but it's from this new collection that they have out. I believe it's a collaboration. Really, really cute. Ooh, it's like a nice pink. Oh, I like it a lot. So yeah, those are kind of my tips to you guys. You don't have to completely deprive yourself. I'm probably going to have ice cream at the end of this video. The halo top is always coming through for me. But I will say one of the things that is helpful is staying very motivated. Now I'm going to line my eyes with this heart eyeliner. And it is a lot of hard work, you know, waking up at 5 in the morning when I was used to waking up like at 7:30. Going to bed earlier, having to like really think ahead as far as nutrition goes and be like, okay, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna eat this much because at this time I'm gonna do this. Yeah, it could be annoying, but when you want something, like you gotta put in the work for it, you know? I'm gonna get this color and this color, the pink and the rusty brown. For myself, I learned that like nothing's going to like fall in my lap. I'm not just going to get, you know, a better body or a physique that I want, more strength or whatever that I want, better health from just drinking detox teas. I have come to the conclusion that you kind of have to work for it, and it's not just gonna fall in my lap, you know. And that's kind of something that I feel could be very, very helpful to remind yourself, like when you're on a fitness journey, that it is hard work. Like it's not necessarily easy, especially if you come from eating out a lot, or if you come from eating a lot of calories and you need to go on a calorie deficit. It is something that could be pretty challenging. Like I'm telling you guys, I would eat out. Literally my 3 meals, I would eat them out. And although I would try and have semi-healthy options. Alright, now I'm going to apply a little bit of highlight. I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors highlighter. This is Milk and Honey. I believe these are still relatively new, and I'm using an Ofra Cosmetics blush. So basically, what I was saying, the moment that I changed my diet was, I feel like the moment that I actually started seeing within time, obviously within like a good 2-week span, results that I was happy with, results that were noticeable, is the moment I started changing my diet. I feel like all the YouTube videos that I watched, not only did I find a lot of great YouTubers, but it was very informative. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like getting a trainer was totally worth it. If you can, try and go to a gym that offers personal training. I feel like that's very, very helpful. Try and go to a gym or try and work out somewhere that's near your house or near where you live, near either your work or something, so that it's easy for you to get and come to. If you don't feel like you have time to meal prep, I would even say like frozen foods from Trader Joe's that are still pretty good. I know there's a website called Bite Meals and Icon Meals that they basically prepare the food for you. You just buy it. There's a lot of options. I would say all you gotta do is research. Like, you guys, I'm gonna say this again. You guys don't know how happy I am that I found Halo Top. Because now I could eat ice cream, 7 grams of protein, 11 grams of carbs. Fits in my macros perfectly. And definitely macros. Counting your macros for me has been so beneficial. Alright, so now I'm going to be applying a lip color. I recently got these 2 new shakers from Lancome. These are their juicy shakers, but these are the matte colors. And I got Energy Peach and Beige Vintage, and these are so pretty. I love these. I love them, love them, love them. I'm going to be using Beige Vintage today. It just adds like color, but it looks like so natural and pretty. I'm obsessed. I find that if you line your lips, it looks even better. I do want to add something in my inner corner and on my brow bone. I just think it'll make my makeup pop a little bit more. I will also say, like, if you're someone that likes to drink a lot, because I don't drink that much, but when I do go out, like if I go out to the nightclub or something, I will usually drink. That's something that could affect your weight loss drastically. So just by maybe cutting out alcohol, if you are drinking, you know, every other day, or if you're a very active drinker, that could be something that helps you out a lot. I do drink a lot of water. I've been drinking a lot of water for almost 2 years now, and I do feel like that has helped me drastically. And those are just little tips. If you want to start off slow, I would say just walk, go on long walks. For a while I would kind of do that when I started working out in San Diego. If I wasn't going to the gym and I was going to Seaport Village, I would either go on a little jog and then just walk it off. They had stairs there that you could do. It was completely free. And I would just do those long stairs, and you know, it did help me lose weight. And I still kind of had a pretty bad diet. Like, I would still eat out and have fast food and stuff. So I'm sure if I had changed my diet during that time, I would have even lost more weight. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and set my makeup. I'm going to be using the Morphe brushes Prep and Set. I actually really like this. I feel like it's gotten a lot of good raves lately. It is kind of off-putting, the fact that it's in a can like this, like aerosol, but it feels really nice when you spray it.